Hey, it's Jeremy from Jeep in the Midwest. Sorry I haven't been very active recently. I have a 4-month-old daughter, so that obviously takes up a lot of time. You know, who knew that having one kid and then having a second kid, uh, you know, doesn't double the work. It like quadruples the work. So uh, I'm sitting here in my wife's 2007 Patriot, and it's doing some weird stuff with the turn signal. So here, let me show you. So sitting here in the Patriot, and I got the headlights turned on. We've got this multifunction stalk that switch pulls in and out. Let me show you the function of that. Let's get right on it. So that's parking, headlights, fog lamps. Well, thing is, you can see, you look at the reflection of my dirty Cherokee, you can see the reflection on the headlights. Now that light, that green light right here, indicates that the fog lamps are on. However, if you wiggle it, oh, I got it to stay. But if I wiggle it again, no. So, I'm going to replace our multifunction switch. I don't normally go for aftermarket parts. I like to do OEM or better. But we don't plan on keeping this Jeep much longer. So I went to Rock Auto and I got an aftermarket part. Here it is. Wasn't very expensive. It says it's OEM Pro. It has a 2-year warranty. It was the cheapest part they had. I don't think we're going to have this Jeep 2 more years. It's got 156,000 miles on it. And, I mean, we don't really have any problems with it. But, you know, we're ready to upgrade. So, step 1. Come up under the steering wheel. And there's one right here, T20 Torx bit, and then 2 screws. And this one's sort of obscured, but it's right here under this latch. And then that will give you the top cover will come loose. And that'll give you access to the switch. Once you pull this top cover loose, and it's got these little clips, I mean, I just wiggled it and they came off. There's one screw. See if I can get it to focus. One screw right here. Once you take that screw out, pretty loose. And I think we just need, I know they're just looking at this. So there's an electrical connection here, and there's one on the other side. I have a feeling once those come loose, this will slide right out. So here's the factory switch. It literally, it's just that one plug there. And there's one plug there, and you can see there's the screw, and there's this little latch down here that you have to slide it out this way. I didn't even have to take off, you can see, steering wheel. I didn't even have to take off the bottom plate. That was no big deal. So I'm going to slide it all back in reverse order and test it. So Jeep's running, got the headlights on, there's the fog lamps. Huh. I noticed that too. is the bride's. Ah. Okay. All other functions seem to be alright. Hit the lights on. Okay. So here I am back in the Jeep. I didn't put it all back together because I want to test it. So I got my fog lamps on, wiggling around. Huh. Huh. It doesn't want to stay there. Fog lamps are working. I mean, it should go off if it do that. Huh. Well, I guess that's one reason you should never buy aftermarket parts. You should buy OEM or better. I'll mess with it. But if not, it's got a warranty, so we'll see how that goes. Like I said, it's not, I didn't want to spend a lot of money on this because, you know, my wife's driving it a lot, but we're planning on replacing it very soon. So that's a good reason never to buy cheap parts, which I generally don't, but, you know, didn't want to spend a lot of money. Money's been tight because my wife hasn't been working because we had a baby, and, you know, I'm a school teacher and we don't get paid a lot. So I generally wouldn't buy a cheap part, but trying to scrap, because even though my wife drives this car a lot and puts a lot of miles on it, we were not planning on keeping it very long, not much longer. Upgrading to something with 4 doors. Thanks for watching. Remember, if you like it, subscribe, thumbs up, all that stuff. You can also check me out on Instagram and Facebook at Jeeping the Midwest. Have a good one. Alright, so here's the factory switch. And I was having some problems getting this part to contact and make contact, disabling or, you know, enabling the turn signals. So something I had noticed, well, one, I knew that this was here. That's the bolt where you run the screw through. And I knew that there was a little slide catcher right here. I knew when you slid it in. What I didn't notice was that there was one up here as well, right there. And so I was not getting that to engage, and it was allowing well, it would be in this orientation, was allowing the turn signal to move a little bit. That's why the left turn signal would go on but would not disengage, and the right turn signal would not engage. It is, once I slid it out and slid it in there correctly and put the bolt in, it worked perfectly fine. So thank you for watching, and if you like it, subscribe, hit the thumbs up. Thanks much.